I'm on a 6,000-mile road trip exploring the Pacific coast with the goal of knocking out as many new species as possible from my kayak.
And I'm catching fish like this.
Yeah, I got color. Yeah!
So come along as I fish both freshwater and salt and meet new kayak anglers along the way.
What?
This is Field Trips with Robert Field.
Look at that! That was insane! Alright guys, so I left Redding, California, and I'm now heading to the Redwood National Forest. One of those things I feel like you gotta see at least one time in your life, and I was going right by it, so I'm taking 2 days off of fishing to go hiking and maybe do some backcountry camping if this rain will ever let up. It's actually good timing because I'm sure you can't see it, but there's 21-foot seas predicted for this weekend. So if there was ever gonna be 2 days on this trip I took off, these are the right 2 days. But it is absolutely gorgeous here in Northern California. I am blown away by the scenery. I've never been anywhere like this, where on one side I've got mountains and giant redwood trees, and on the other side, I've got the ocean. The surf looks insane today. Glad I'm not out there. Well, I had big plans to go hiking for 2 days in the redwoods, camping in a tent in some of the backcountry sites, but as this region is known for, the rain has changed my plans. Hiking and then setting up camp in the downpour does not sound fun at all. So I looked at the radar, it looks like it's a little clear further up north along the coast. So instead of spending more time in the redwoods, I got to check out some of these giant trees. Really cool to see, but I can't film in the rain. It's just a huge pain in the butt. So instead, I'm gonna head north and maybe go check out Coos Bay in Oregon. Well, Oregon's already living up to its reputation. It has not stopped raining for about a day and a half, but I made it. One state down, still got several more to go. First place I'll be fishing here is up in Portland. We'll be going for king salmon. Should be fun. Hopefully this rain lets up before we hit the water.
So there's dead salmon in most of these rivers. They swam all the way up here from the ocean and died after they spawned. I'm not exactly sure what kind of deer these are. Maybe just small whitetail.
Little baby moose. Wish we could see daddy.
Highway 101 that runs along the Northern California and Oregon coast has to be one of the most scenic drives in the country. It's definitely the long way to Portland. It's adding about 3 or 4 hours to my drive, but the views are very much worth it. Now that is a view. I'm gonna stop and get a little seafood here in Coos Bay before I continue on north. Rain's let up a little bit. He told me they raise these oysters about 50 feet from where I'm sitting. Had to try them. All right, so amazing food here at Portside Restaurant here in Charleston, Oregon. If you ever get a chance, definitely amazing seafood. The waiter just told me there's some killer hiking up on the way to Astoria along the coast here in Oregon. So I'm gonna head up that way, see if I can't catch a break in the rain, and if so, do a little hiking. But if not, I'm heading the right direction up to Portland, which is where my next 3 fishing stops are. Gonna take a little break out from my drive, do a little hiking. See what this place has to offer. It's amazing how just full of life this place is. Everything's green. What little bits of it aren't green are covered in moss, so they're green. This is just a lush environment. Made it to Short Sand Beach. Nice little 1.6 mile hike. Nothing too strenuous. Just enough to get off the road and see a little bit of wild territory out here. And that is a dead whale carcass of some kind. My guess is a gray whale. They live out here year round, so. And here's part of the head of it. It's been here a while, it seems like. Well, it was definitely worth the hike. You never know what you're gonna see when you walk down the coast. A little bit off the grid. Now that's something you don't see in Texas neighborhoods too often.
So they're telling me this is a colony of northern elephant seals, and they're the largest species of seal in the world. Apparently they can hold their breath for an hour and a half and can dive to almost a mile deep. Looks more like a great white buffet to me.
All right, so it's been an eventful day already here on the Oregon coast. I did a little 2-mile hike, got to see a gray whale carcass being ravaged by seagulls. And then less than an hour later, I got to see one of the animals that I've really been hoping to see out here. I've heard that they just are everywhere out here. A whole family of elk right off the side of the road. Just an incredible day here on the Oregon coast. Excited to see what else has got in store for me.
Those waves are gigantic. I would have died if I went offshore in that. Check out this geyser caused by these rocks.
So it may be kind of hard to see, but that is a giant herd of elk, at least 40 or 50 strong, with one big male in the middle. Just incredible animals to spend a little time with.
This drive has been an important reminder that we need to make time for adventures. I could have driven up Interstate 5 and made it to Portland in 4 hours, but instead I chose to spend a day and a half exploring Highway 101. We're always in such a hurry these days, you know? Googling the fastest route to our destination. It's important to slow it down and take the scenic route sometimes. You just never know what experiences and memories you're missing out on.